Once upon a time, this is a story of a mighty king who is a hunter and his faithful servant who always escort him for hunting. One day, while they went for hunting, the king shot a big wild leopard. He quickly ran toward it to check if it was dead or not. So suddenly, the nearly dead leopard jumped up and attacked the king. Immediately, the faithful servant managed to kill the nearly dead leopard. But the faithful servant couldn't prevent His Majesty from losing one of his fingers. Angrily, the king said to his servant that if God was good, I would have not been attacked, and I certainly would have not lost my finger. The God-fearing servant replied to His Majesty, "Despite all of this, I can only tell you that God is in control, and God is good, and everything He does is right and perfect. He is never wrong. God don't make mistake." Outraged by the God-fearing servant's response, angrily, the king asked the servant, "If I put you in prison, would you still think that's what's best for you?" The servant replied without any fear or doubt. He humbly said, "Yes, my king. I would still think that is the best arrangement for me, and God knows why." The king ordered his arrest and imprisoned him immediately. After 3 months later, the king and his new servant left for another hunting. Suddenly, the king and his servant were captured by tribespeople who required a human sacrifice, while on the altar ready for sacrifice by the tribe people. The king watched as his new servant was killed beside him. Eventually, the tribespeople discovered that the king was having a missing finger and he was set free. The tribe people considered him to be incomplete human being and he could not be offered to the gods. On returning back to his palace, the king immediately authorized the release of his God-fearing servant. The king went to him humbly and said, with a low voice he said, "My friend, God was really good to me. I was almost killed, but for my missing finger, I was set free." The king said, "However, I have a question." The God-fearing servant wisely replied, "My king, I had not been in prison. I would have been sacrificed by the tribespeople because I have no missing finger." The king smiled and said, "Oh, you're right. Now I agree that everything really happened for a great reason. As long as we are good people, good things will always follow us for good." Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to write down the lesson you learned in the comment section. Thank you. See you next time.